Right now we have in the virtual studio, we have Michelle Gibson from Bob Rewards Club, and we have Harry Fofer from Twin Cities Merge. Say what's up to Frog Town.
Y'all doing?
Hello.
How you doing, Miss Gibson?
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. What's going on with you, Trey?
Man, just good to be here. Good to chop it up with you guys real quick about these exciting ventures that you got coming up for 2022.
Right,
Um,
right.
Michelle, we'll start with you. What is Bob Rewards Club?
Bob is an acronym for Black owned businesses, and rewards is what we need.
Right.
so, so basically, what we are is we're about sustainability. We've been around since 2016. You can go to our website, which is bobrewards.club, and take a look at the site. But been around since 2016. We're a 501c3, and we work with Black owned businesses to help them stay sustainable. So you get your seed money, you get your business going, but now you need to stay in business. You need contracts. So we specialize in doing lead generation through we have a call center, we do canvassing, and we reach out, we do a lot of engagement. We do marketing, we do all kinds of sales. So we have a retail distribution program for if you got products that you're trying to get in stores, we help you get that. So it's about sustainability. We have a whole list of benefits, and we have three types of memberships. We have a consumer membership, which is only $10 a year. That is basically discounts. If you want to support Black owned businesses, anybody can
Right.
join. Then we have a BFAC, which is a Black franchise and contractor membership, which is $25 a year. That's like a State Farm Insurance or a McDonald's franchise that is Black owned, but you're still supporting your community by patronizing that Black owned business, right?
Right.
Right.
Um, and then we have the Bob membership, which comes with most of the benefits, and you can go take a look at that again on our website. But should I continue on?
No, no.
I
So
think it
what?
was a whole
What?
show.
No. What? And just real quick, why did you start Bob's Rewards?
Well, I've got over 35 years of sales and marketing experience, okay? Working in corporate America, working for, all kinds of white companies. And, you know, this is what keeps them sustainable.
Right.
By them having people that can do their lead gen for them, that can help them get their contracts, that can, do all of that. So basically I said, this is what we need. Our community is
Yeah.
suffering, our businesses suffer, and we don't have the resources like other businesses do.
Right.
So therefore I said, let's take this cost center. Let's utilize what we have and help Black owned businesses so that
Mm,
they can thrive. But not just in one way. So Bob has loyalty built into it. It has customer satisfaction built into it. It has all of this built into it when you go look at all the benefits of Bob.
Right.
Um, Now, we know, and if you can see the sign behind me, in 2053, which is just a generation away,
mm,
our income, our wealth is supposed to hit zero, not our income, but wealth. And so a lot of people don't understand the difference between wealth and income. And so we have made great money in strides, right?
right.
Some of us, we've hit middle class, upper middle class, right? However, how do we invest that money when we made it? And so now we're seeing it trickle down to where we have like almost a 50% homeless, right, population. And I
Hmm.
don't care what city you go to in America, you're going to see a lot of us standing out there that are homeless.
That's
You
right.
know, between the year 2008 and 2011, a lot of us lost our wealth. A lot of people lost homes. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now we're seeing that. And the easiest thing you could do to build wealth is to own a home, really. You know, That is supposed to be the American dream.
Right.
However, we still, we're still suffering in that area.
Right.
So it's very important. Bob is very important when it comes to economics for our community, for
Yeah.
us to start supporting one another, make sure that dollar stays in our community,
Right.
regardless, the best way you can, among other things that we need to do. That so that's what we're about.
What that and that's awesome. And we'll before we're done today, give us that website and information again too. But you have a big event coming up for MLK Day. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep. So MLK Now 2022. That is going to be Saturday, January 15th. That is actually on Martin's birthday this year. Okay. He was born on the 15th of January. And so we're going to be at the Minneapolis Convention Center. The event is completely free. Okay. A lot of people been calling, talking about how much are the tickets because people are used to pay for tickets. But think about in the day, Harry, because you from St. Paul and Trey, when we used to march when we was kids, it would be
Yeah.
cold outside. It'd be colder outside than it is out there now.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
we would
Really.
be out there marching right to the
Yeah.
Capitol.
All the way.
And then
Yeah.
we would all get together, go to the community center. We would eat. We would have
Yeah.
performances. We would have a community gathering. So we're trying to
Yes.
bring that back. Okay,
Right.
minus the march, but
Right. But
so
it's
we're
still a
all
march, though.
we can still march.
Yeah.
We'll
For
be
real.
definitely having to be a little march too, but we'll be at the
Well,
conference also.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there's somebody that's been in the club rewards business a little bit longer than I have. And Twin Cities Merge is kind of similar. Um, but we like referrals and references, resources for youth from our grassroots youth, and that's what our club is about. You got a consumer club, which is 19.99 a year,
Hmm.
and then the business is 69.90 a year, right?
Hmm.
Um, so it's kind of similar,
Oh,
and
okay.
what I'm saying, and I think that with y'all having the experience that you have, I think that'll be a good connection with each other because we both do the same thing, but at the same time, we got two different causes because I have an after school program, which is the urban economics program, and some of the donors donate to that, right?
Okay.
So it's we're teaching them all seven areas of home economics, the cooking, the sewing,
Mm,
the community and social development, the health and wellness, budgeting and economics, and the whole nine. So and that class starts January 4th.
okay.
That's just Tuesday coming up right now. I'm really excited about it. And then, saying we have a small
Where the
community,
classes
which
at?
I call it is, huh?
Where the classes at?
It's gonna be at Hamlin. I'm not right across the street from Hamlin at the Hancock Elementary and Recreation Center. Then some of the classes is gonna be held at West Minnehaha, and then the other classes is gonna be held at Frogtown Alliance Center. So all that's gonna be like future stuff right now, but we're focused on this urban economics program right now. It's a 10 weeks program. Well, we give them 2 weeks to do their own banquet and all that stuff afterwards, also. So, what our awards program is about is we also give out weekend meals every Friday. We deliver to over 600 families every Friday. Weekend meals ready to be served, or the fresh meals too.
Hmm.
So they come in all one bag.
Okay.
That's major. That's major. And if people want to connect with that, how do they go about doing that?
Well, right now our website is being built right now, and it'll be launched on January 5th, 2022. So everything will be up and running. But you can get in touch with us at Twin Cities Merge at gmail.com right now. and go to our social media pages, which is Twin Cities Merge on Facebook right now. But the website will be launched on January 5th, 2022, and I'm really excited about that. And just get in touch with me at 651-363-5453 if you want to know more information.
No doubt. And Miss Gibson, you have a terrific lineup coming up for us that weekend.
Yes.
Could you dig into that just a little bit?
Yes. So this is an event that we have never seen here before. I welcome everybody to go to the website, mlknow22.com, okay, to see the lineup. Now, our special guest speaker is Dr. Umar Johnson. He is coming to town. He will be here as our keynote speaker. However, he is going to be joining in on panel discussions. And you, Trey, you're one of the speakers as well. So you guys would be there talking about reparations, you and Minister Toya Woodland, and talking about Black Lives Matter and, a lot of stuff in the community as well.
We're excited.
But we have 5 segments. So the first segment is the Black family. And inside the Black family, we're going to be talking about everything from mental stability. Suicide is up in our community, right? So, we're talking about missing Black children. We're talking about education. Dr. Narita Hughes would be there she's the dean of North Hennepin Community College and plus one of our sponsors. She's going to be there, just, talking about, education. We've got Kim Ellison. We've invited Keith Ellison. We've got Mayor Melvin Carter, hopefully will show up. We got Jarrell Perry, Representative John Thompson, Ilhan Omar. We've got Nakima. We've got a ton of people that we've invited to come in because our mission is to change the social economic status of us. That is our mission as Bob. So you take that social and you take in the economics. It is combined. Our issues are so complex in our community that we can't just say it's about economics. We got to say, hey, we got all these social problems with the police. We got, people stepping on our neck and we can't do nothing. We got so many problems in our community that we got to address them all, Plus, we've got to be mentally and physically fit. So we want to focus on health. We even want to talk about how do we survive COVID. You know what I'm saying? We've got somebody there, Felicia Henderson. She specializes in, natural wellness, right? How do you, the reproductive system, how are things affecting that? We got problems with women not being as reproductive in our community. So, you know what I'm saying? So we got all kinds of things that need to be discussed. And that's how come we have this very long day from 10 to 8. Every 2 hours, we have a different segment. So after the first segment of the Black family, we got a changing community policy forum, which that is where all the politicians are going to be, where people can ask questions. Dawn Stevens from Fox News is hosting it. She's in the morning on the morning show. In fact, Sandy Brown is hosting the first segment from NPR. And then the third segment, we've got KMOJ hosting it. We got both Mika Sirwa Constantino. She does financial fitness on Wednesday.
Right.
KMOJ. In fact, I was on her show last Wednesday, and we'll be on it for the next 2 Wednesday evenings at 6 to 6:30. And then also Malcolm Samuels, who, is with KMOJ. He's moderating part of that segment as well. And then the fourth and fifth segment is all pretty much entertainment, but we do have Charles Adams. We still have Dr. Umar, and we got some other guests as well. So, it's the fourth segment is on embracing our Black youth. Okay. Our youth, we need to celebrate our youth, right?
Yes.
Embrace them. So, but we have music, we have live, a lot of local artists like Louis Blaze and so on are going to be there, and
Right.
Illisim. So, and then the fifth segment is pretty much all music. So it's going to be a spectacular. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be spectacular. And like I said,
Right.
I don't know of any other event that is kind of has this platform and it's
Right.
solution based. We know
Right.
what the problems are, right?
Right.
It's solution based. We're not going to sit there drilling on all of the problems that we've heard and we know of all the disparities, right? We need to come up with, hey, like you, Trey, with your reparations, that's a solution to
Right.
an ill and to a debt that is owed.
That's
That,
right.
so that's
Yeah.
where we are. Yeah.
Right.
No
Right.
doubt. Let me just real quick play a quick clip and then just get you to expand on that real quick.
Happy New Year, everybody. Do you remember when the Black community in Minnesota used to march to the state capitol and afterwards everyone would get together to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday? That time has come again. Not the march, but we are definitely going to celebrate his birthday this year on his actual birthday, Saturday, January 15th. 2022 at the Minneapolis Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the event is free for all and free admission. Special guest speaker Dr. Umar Johnson will be in town along with a host of other guests and special performances. There will be tons of free activities for children, a game room lounge, Black local celebrity chefs, and over 90 Black-owned business vendors. Go to www.mlknow2022.com to reserve your free seat or call 612-400-9500 for more information. That's mlknow2022.com.
So yeah, that's a little bit more about the event.
Yeah, that's nice.
Any more thoughts about that you just want to chime in after that beautiful
Well, it's
segment?
exciting to me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be there.
Yeah, and bring 100 more people with you.
Right.
The convention center is
Yeah, I'm
big.
gonna invite.
So,
So do y'all got an online invite link?
yeah. So if you go to the website MLK Now, I don't know if you
Okay,
can
I'm
pull it
okay
up,
now.
but you might could pull it up and share
Okay.
your screen. But MLKNow2022.com, and you can go ahead and reserve a seat there. We did make some changes to the seating, so we know it's gonna be a lot of people there. We
Sorry
will
about
have
that, but it's MLK now at what?
the year 2022
All right.
this year,
All
the
right.
new year. So
All right.
MLKNOW2022.com.
Okay.
Shout out to J Mo.
Yeah,
Minister
that's
Toya
nice.
said what time we going on. But
So are y'all part of the Black Business Enterprise also?
Black Business Enterprise is going to be there. Yes, we do have a relationship with Nancy Corsa. So she's actually one of the speakers. In fact, we've invited pretty much everybody that has something going on in the community with Black businesses right now. So we also, Todd Gramance with the Black Entrepreneur State Fair. He's also going to be one of the speakers. Chris Brooks has the Brown Venture Group, which they're raising millions of dollars right now through corporate America, like Best Buy and Deluxe and some of these other companies for Black-owned businesses. So they've got a big fund going on right now. And then, so Nancy is going to be actually one of the speakers there.
Man, I'm excited about this too. This is
me too. I'm really excited about it.
A real big event. And then, Mr. Fofer, I want to thank you. I got my weekend meal plan this weekend, and that was right on time, man. So I want to appreciate that.
That's
I
what's up.
support. I think both these are great memberships to have if you're in the Black community, and I think it'd be if you went with both of these, it'd be less than like $50 or $100 a month, and it's well worth it for the perks.
Well, ours is only $25 a year.
Right.
Right.
So, and this is only 25 a year too. So that's what I'm saying. You could get two Black memberships for under $50, and well worth it for the perks and the things that come along with it. One more time, can I get both you guys' email address? And then just before we head out, if I could hear from both of you, why is it important for us to operate our own businesses?
Well,
you go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's important. You know, business is about economics. I mean, when you just think about when you drive in a community, right, and you see a business there, it's representative of the community. You have to have business. Business is what makes America, right? And so when if we don't have that income, those economics to keep our community right together. I mean, business brings our people jobs. We can employ people.
Definitely.
We can invest in the politician we want to represent our community. It helps with everything. So, and you don't have to have a 4-year college degree to be in business.
Right.
So you could have a business just doing a trade, like Harry was talking about earlier, anything in home economics or construction or whatever. And you could still do well. Right. So I think that there's a misconception about business. And I think too, over the last 30, 40 years, Black businesses have gotten a bad name. And so and Bob is here, and we've helped to create that, to make that change, to give awareness to Black-owned businesses so we can start trusting each other again and doing business with each other, because a lot of our dollars just go outside of our community, and then we see the L's from it. We see, like I said, we don't have the investments that we should. And then we have to go into other businesses and that really don't treat us as good. They don't treat us as well, right? And then they're not really investing in our community, because you're looking at who they're employing, right? They're not employing us a lot of times. So we're missing that in our community. We got to bring it back, and it's all good for everything to help increase our wealth. Your business is generational wealth, something you can leave down to your kids, okay, to another family member, right? Versus a job, you can't leave no job to your family member. So, we have to look at all that.
Right. So yeah, that's why I just think we got to start with the grassroots, from the 7s to 12s and the 13s to the 18 year old youth and at-risk youth and low-income families in the urban area. So that's where my angle is the grassroots, starting them right, at that age, the teaching, I'm 50 years old now, so I think the future lays in the grassroots kids, and that's what I'm focused on is the youth and the young adults and and families, that support their support their youth, and that's one of the kind of like stipulations is parent involvement and different stuff like that. So I think just like you said, home economics is a good thing. The backpack survival program, the assisted living program, you know, and a few other programs, the family nutrition meal delivery program, you know what I'm saying, and some nice after school programs is what, you know, that's what we're focused on, you know.
Yeah. Well, another thing too is we're going to be having a career fair. So there are going to be some employers there, like the Minneapolis Police Department,
Right.
trying to recruit some Black officers, okay, for, because we need Black
Yeah.
officers. There's going to also be the YWCA will be there recruiting. We got some home health companies that are going to be recruiting, and so on. So if you're looking for a jobs, more stable employment, then you want to be there as well.
Right.
So it's a well-rounded conference. Again, focusing on mental stability. There will be counselors there. Okay. In fact, there will be teenage counselors there. Treehouse Hope will be there. They have 12 locations across the Twin Cities, and they work with
Right.
teenagers. So there's, it is meant to really do some healing here, not just, also encourage you to buy a home. There's going to be mortgage
Exactly.
brokers there and all that sort
Yeah.
of thing. But it's also encourage you, like I said, to have healthy living, learn,
Yeah.
fitness, mental stability, because
Yeah.
what we've gone over, what we've experienced here with the disparities, people
Yeah.
don't realize how much toll that's taken, right? And we haven't even healed from the uprisings that we just had, with George Floyd. Okay.
Right.
And so I feel like this conference is a long time coming, right? Since we've even had them uprisings. I mean,
Agreed.
people are just really, some people are frustrated from, having to stay in, because of COVID and stuff like that. I mean, there's just a lot going on.
Can you talk about the impact, or just Black businesses in
With COVID, yeah.
what
Well,
in just all aspects though of it,
Well, we say with Bob that Black-owned businesses are vulnerable, just as vulnerable as a homeless person, right? Okay, we're just as disadvantaged because we can't go get capital funding when we need to, right?
No, definitely can.
We can't, go get things and have the resources. We don't even, a lot of us, that's why you don't see a lot of us with restaurants anymore, because we don't even have that family support structure like you see most private restaurants, who when they run their restaurants, they'll have everybody in the family working. We just don't have that structure anymore in our community, and we have to figure out a way to bring it back for our survival. Okay.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember I used to go to. Sorry about that. I remember I used to go to my grandmother's house, and we'll all be sitting around the table as a family. There ain't no more of that no more.
No. And then now you're talking about bringing on a pandemic, and they're telling people stay home, stay home. And now we see the statistics just came out a couple months ago where they said that since COVID, since the pandemic, suicide, depression, domestic violence is on the rise.
Yeah.
And so, are we going to continue down this path? Is this the best way for us as people? We have to still get together and socialize, because down the line, that's going to bring more problems. And I mean, we're always going to have a variant. We're going to have flu-like stuff. My opinion about it is a little bit different than some people. I'm not, but yes, COVID, the pandemic has hurt. There have been a lot of restaurants have gone out of business.
Right.
A lot of businesses, period. And then we can see the shortages of a lot of the products, right? When we go in the store, there's shortages everywhere. I was just in the store today. I'm shaking my head. But then again, I'm thinking, this is the opportunity for us to get back into manufacturing. Okay. So
Agriculture.
if you I was looking for some hat and gloves because it was cold this morning.
Yeah, it is.
Sweetie, I couldn't find
Right.
and I'm like, how many people do we have in our community that can hook up some hats knit some gloves. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's think of it too in our community as it could be a good thing for us to start supplying products, making
Yeah.
products right here in America, right
Yeah.
here in Minnesota,
In the
and fill up
community.
some of these shelves.
Right.
Okay, because we still got to, we still need stuff, right?
Yeah,
I
we
So
remember
definitely.
being able to go to walk up from my house and go up on Selby and get my hair cut by Mr. Fofer's mom. You know,
Right.
that's old school Rondo. So just
Right.
and then so that knowledge gets passed down now. Here's Mr. Fofer doing business, giving back in the
Right.
community
mhm,
and things like that. So when we talk about generational wealth, it's money, but it's also transferring knowledge on to the next
exactly.
generation
Right.
and
For
know-how
sure.
and skill on how to
How to
create wealth
Exactly.
and generate wealth too. So
Right.
and some of us, some of the baby boomers, they dropped the ball on, passing on that knowledge, okay? And that's where, that selfishness comes in, where we get so caught up into who we are and what we've done as an individual, but we're not
Right.
thinking about the collective, you
Right.
know. And so we do have to mentor our youth, you
Yeah.
know. We have to do all of that because you're not going to live forever, and you gotta pass it down. You got to train others, and that's where I am in my life now,
Right.
after having my career, learning a lot of things, right? It's time for me to share that knowledge that I have, and I'm
Right.
not selfish to do that, you
no
know.
Right. For
doubt.
sure.
So, and that's the big component here, is that the sharing part of it.
Right.
Magnificent Underworld said we need a partnership in or adopt a HBCU. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
No, say that again.
We need to partnership in or adopt a HBCU. Shout out to Magnificent Underworld for tuning in today, checking us out.
Right.
I
Well,
think they're down in Texas.
I mean, black colleges, saying they do a lot for African Americans because that's what it's about, right? But at the same time, it's like, how many's here in Minnesota though?
Right.
None.
Yep. I think they're down in Texas. So
Yeah, I'm just saying. But they ain't in Minnesota. There ain't nothing there. You know what I mean?
right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Dude, which it should be one day.
Yep. I think right now, like what you guys are doing is saying the career fairs up here, the career
Right.
fairs, partnering with other organizations who are working with our black youth
Right.
they would definitely be impacted by you guys' services.
Well,
Sure.
there is here in the Twin Cities, and I want to give a shout out to some of the other Black-owned business groups, like you're talking about BBE, but there's also a young entrepreneur, Black entrepreneur group, and I met a lot of them at Glorious Martin's Blackout Summer
Mhm.
Blackout this summer. I mean, you've got 7, 8, 9 year olds that have got their own businesses.
Right.
Their parents are helping them with their own businesses. In fact, even Fox 9, Dawn Stevens' daughter, I think she's 10. She's an artist. She's got a business.
Hey.
Even so,
Right. That's nice.
you start them out young. You teach them about money. You teach them about saving. You teach them about just being responsible, right?
Right.
And also it gives that child something, a hobby, something to look forward to, right? Instead of just sitting around watching TV or just lollygagging and not having nothing to do. It
Right.
really gives them a lot of discipline. So I love the idea that there's these small Black young entrepreneurs
Right.
that are out here, they're doing their own thing. Um, they're not making $1 million yet, but maybe one day they will be.
Well, I like to think both of you guys for coming on tonight. Please give out your websites one more time.
Ladies first.
Okay. Our website for the event for MLK Now, for Martin Luther King Now 2022 is MLKNOW2022.com. Again, the event is free. Please come. You can go reserve a seat there. We'll have a will call desk. If you reserve that seat, just stop at the will call desk. We'll make sure you get in. And then our regular website for Bob is bobrewards.club, just as you see it on the screen. And there you can go learn more about Bob. You can sign up to be a member and so on.
No doubt. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll try to get you back too before the event.
Yeah. And then if you want to call me, you can call me at 612-400-9500. That's our telephone number.
Awesome.
Yeah, Twin Cities Merge is twincitiesmerge@gmail.com. Or you can reach us at 651-363-5453. And our website will be up on January 5th, which would be www.twincitiesmerge.com.
Thank you. Peace. Thank you guys both for coming on, and I will be in contact with both of you.
Nice meeting you.
Early this week.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Peace. And that was Harry Fofer and Michelle Gibson talking about their respective businesses. We have another guest from the Green Party. We have Michael Kane from the Teacher's Choice. I'm saying the name of the organization wrong. Could you say the name of the organization correctly for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Trahern, thank you so much for having me on. My name's Michael Kane. I'm from New York City with the group Teachers for Choice.
Yes.
I was a New York City public school teacher, special education teacher for over 14 years. And I got booted. I'm on unpaid leave because I declined the COVID vaccine along with thousands of others in New York City. And we've all banded together fighting the COVID mandates here in New York City and in New York State. So teachers, firefighters, nurses, sanitation workers, parents, because now they want to mandate the COVID shot for the ones who really don't need it, for the little kids. So in New York, we are headed to the capital of New York, which is Albany, New York, on January 5th. That's this Wednesday. And we got a really good buzz going. We're anticipating thousands coming up to the Capitol to tell our governor Hochul in New York State and to tell the lawmakers, we're not playing with segregation. We're not playing with mandates, that this really needs to stop.
When you say you're not playing with segregation, what do you mean by that?
So one of the sickest things happening with COVID mandates in New York is in New York City. So Mayor de Blasio brought in this Key to the City campaign, which what it is a vaccine passport campaign. You can't go into restaurants, you can't go into theaters, places of art, you can't go to libraries if you don't have a vaccine passport. And I actually spoke to Hawk Newsom about this of Black Lives Matter Greater New York. And
Shout out to Hawk Newsom.
Yeah, and Hawk has called the vaccine passport freedom papers, right? I mean, essentially that's what's happening. And in New York City, nearly 70% of African Americans are unvaccinated. So if you can't get in anywhere without these papers, and 70% of African Americans are unvaccinated and don't have them, what does that mean about New York City? I mean, we're talking about straight racist segregation. Now, you know, myself, I'm not African American, but I find the segregation happening to me as well too, because I've declined vaccination as well too. So that's what's happening in New York City. Actually, there's a number of activists in a group called New York Freedom Rally that they're doing sit-ins. And they're going into places, they're asking for service. When they're declined, they go, they sit down, and they don't leave until they're served or until they're arrested. You know, I mean, harkens back, you know, to the great 60s sit-in movement of Dr. King and of other great, amazing civil rights leaders. So it's crazy how history repeats with a twist, right? We're finding ourselves in a similar spot. So I just want to thank you so much for giving us this platform here. Let people know you could go to teachersforchoice.org, teachers, F-O-R, choice.org, and all the information is there about our rally on the 5th. And we're constantly in the streets. We're constantly educating. We're constantly working on lawmakers because we are 100% opposed to these COVID mandates. And I have to thank the National Black Caucus here for the Green Party and just an amazing statement that you wrote against COVID mandates. I mean, I read that. I picked up my phone right away and called you, Trahern, and just told you, God bless you guys. It was just so great because, you know, the Green Party kind of was disappointing with what they put out there. And thank God that you guys are the voice of conscience, the voice of reason in the party, putting out what really needs to be put out there. No mandates. These mandates are segregating society, trying to force a product that's barely 1 year old on people that is proving less and less effective with each day. And if you want to get that vaccine, God bless you. That's your choice. And that's fine. But this new culture of forcing medical interventions on people, it's just very, very scary.
Very scary. I agree. And I want to thank James Lane out there in New York. Felina Farley really did a great job of helping to put that press release, putting that press release together. And I love to get out there and champion it. We'll still be out here championing it because it's a civil rights issue.
Yes. And
especially to hear the way you, Hawk Newsom and yourself are explaining it as far as the segregation part. That's like it's segregation, and then there's an economic component too, on how it impacts people of color too, because people aren't allowed to go to work and etc. One more time, if you could tell us the date, time, location of the rally, and how people can get involved.
Yes, so we're going to be rallying in a peaceful protest in the capital of New York State, which is Albany, New York. We have a bunch of buses headed upstate from downstate. You know, if you're in Long Island, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Westchester, the Bronx, we got a bus. And you just have to go to our website, teachersforchoice.org, teachersforchoice.org. And right at the top, it says, get on the bus, and you can click and go to register on a bus. The buses are filling up. We already got hundreds and hundreds of people on them. If you can't get on the bus, you can just contact me. Go to the contact. It's right up top on our navigation. It says contact, and that comes to me, and I'll do my best to free up seats and make sure we can try to get you on a seat. The date is Wednesday, January 5th. And that's the first day that lawmakers come back, and they're talking about some scary bills. They're talking about forced COVID vaccination for children to attend school. They're talking about a statewide adult vaccine database. Now, that sounds like it's not a big deal, but that would actually be the central nervous system for a statewide vaccine passport. This is the direction that we're going as a country, and New York is the spearhead of this. It's very scary what's happening here. And that's just a couple of the bills, you know, that I'm bringing up. There's many, many others. So anybody in the New York area, even if you're in Massachusetts or Vermont, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, if you can get there, we need the help of all of our brothers and sisters that are saying no to COVID mandates. So reach out again at teachersforchoice.org.
Okay, and then there's a broadcast and a panel that the Black Caucus of Minnesota wants you on tomorrow too. So I'll send you the information about that tonight.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We greatly appreciate you standing up for people's civil rights in the state of New York.
Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening.
All right. Peace. And that was Michael Kane out of the Green Party of New York, talking about the direct action this Thursday at the Capitol in New York. If you want to get involved, go to the website, the teacherschoice.com/ for more information. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another edition of the Trahern Crews show on 94.1 FM, Frogtown Tuned In Radio. Again, a lot of great events coming up. You got the MLK 2022 MLK Now event with Michelle Gibson and Bob Rewards. You just heard from Harry Fofer. I got my food this weekend. It was delicious. We also have the annual BLM MLK March and Rally in Justice for Marcus Golden. We know it might be cold, but we usually come out in force. So come out and join us. So it's going to be a very busy month. Keep it locked right here all week to WFNU.org for news, information, and music that's relative to you. All right? Peace.